Hello everyone and welcome to What Game Next. My name is Ryan and today I'm going to be cracking open some Unrivaled booster boxes, which is the latest set from Alpha Clash TCG, which is kind of been blowing up, at least here locally in Vegas. This is the third booster set. There's also been a draft box that's been released, and they're going to have a pretty big tournament here in Columbus in a couple weeks, so looking forward to going to that and seeing what we can do. Let me bring chat up because I forgot I didn't actually have that up on anything right now. I've also been participating in the Tavern Brawlers online league, and that's been a lot of fun. I'm going to be streaming more of that coming up here soon. Let's see. My channel. Where is the... Should be here and then here and then... Okay, well I guess that works. So we'll go this way. All right, so hope everybody's having a good day. I know I am. These 4 boxes that I got came from Team Covenant's subscription. I have 12 more boxes that are coming that I will break open on stream here in the next probably week or so. And until then, this is all I have, so looking for some good hits. I did already get the one of the 2 legendaries, the Magnate one from the Unrivaled release that was in Vegas during the Clashground at Level Up Expo, so that was awesome. And yeah, so the Team Covenant boxes come with a promo for each box. It's unique to them, the only way to get it. So let's go ahead and go down to the table here. Yeah. Yeah, I've been having a lot of fun playing Alpha Clash recently. Hey, thanks Jay Crane for the follow. I'm curious where that sound is coming from though. Yeah, thanks for the follow. I'll be doing a lot of Alpha Clash content, mostly playing in the leagues and stuff like that. I will have all that being streamed. Might do some in-person stuff as well. So there's in the previous 2 sets there was a single box topper from each set. Unrivaled has 2 box toppers. One is this Clarity weapon here, and then the other one is a Haven and Shugaboo card. So we'll see if we can pull one of those out of one of the other boxes here. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to talk about the Clash kit here in a little bit too. But we're going to go ahead and zoom even further. The first couple packs I'll kind of flip through all the cards, but then after we get going, I will kind of cut down to just the, there we go, just the uncommons and rares and epics. So what is the card I'm chasing for, Jay Crane says? Honestly, man, that's a tough question. Like the IR for Krung, I think is really cool looking. That's by far the best art of the IRs, I think personally. I know a lot of people like the Lin IR, but I think Krung's is just really great looking. So this set introduces discarded as a big faction. There's been 2 different discarded Clash cards in previous sets, but this is the first one where they get a contender, get a bunch of cards, and they're actually viable as a play set. So there's also a lot of Lin cards in blue. She has a mechanic with bounty counters where she puts bounties on people and then tries to kill them in order to get effects. Here's one of the big Krungs. I'll go a little bit lower here. One of the big Krungs, 7/5 for 6. That thing was a beating during the pre-release, I'll tell you that. There's also a new Magnate contender that gives, basically, he wants to do the work himself, so he doesn't play as many Clash cards, and he has a bunch of buffs that make him bigger, and he starts off as a 2 attack, which is the biggest one we've seen so far in the contenders. And then here is Lord Krung. That's the new discarded contender. It's pretty cool. Oh, you have one IR Krung, J Crane? That's awesome. I have the legendary Magnate, but I don't have the AR. So if I was going to pick one card that I'd really be chasing, it's the Magnate AR. That thing is so good looking. There's a lot of new Magnate support in this set. There's also a lot of Moxie support in this set to try and help make her better. So first pack, Epic. We got a 5-cost Torque here. Let me see if I can fix the... It looks a little blurry. Let's see. Oop. Yeah, that's about as good as it gets. All right. So yeah, there's our first Epic. Jay Crane, thanks for the sub. That's awesome. I actually got affiliate through streaming Flesh and Blood stuff, so hoping to be able to stream a bunch of Alpha Clash stuff too. And then we got a foil rare here for the Rallying War Club, which is a contender weapon, which is a new card type in set 3. Contender weapons let the contenders have weapons, and so those give them special abilities that they didn't have before. This one in particular makes Krung have 1 attack and 1 defense, where he normally just has 1 defense. And also gives him the ability to make his minions work better. We also have new Clash buffs. There's 1 for each color, and they only care about the contender's color in this set. So set 2, they had Clash buffs that most of them cared about being Harbingers. These ones don't, so this white Clash buff can be played by anyone. Let's see. Flare and Cowling feature prominently in this one, in this set. Let's see, what do we get here? Foil Common, Mark of the Hunted, one of the Lin cards. And then Crimson Scales is the rare. This is a con card, but mainly it's just a red card, but it allows more non-combat damage to be dealt and then gives you special effects based on those, which is really cool. Yeah, for sure, Jay Crane. It's always good when there's more content creators for a game, especially games as small as Alpha Clash is right now. I'm sure the game's going to grow a lot more. It already is here in Vegas. We have weeklies that have at least 8 people normally now. So here's more Moxie support. There's more non-combat direct damage. So this is a 3 for 5 non-combat damage. Tactical Vest, which is a black contender weapon, which gives +1 defense, falls off every turn, but it's for rogues and alpha hunters. Here's the Flare contender, who she's mainly just wanting to do direct damage, whereas Torque kind of wants to clear the board and beef up his own guys and then swing in. There we go. That is a nice Epic. So this is the non-IR Krung. Just the regular foil version of him. And I like this one a lot too. The background is especially nice. And we got a foil Chowling striking first. He gets super speed when he has 2 weapons attached, which normally you can't attach 2 weapons to a contender card, a Clash card, but that one allows it right in his text. Jay Crane's in the process of setting up one of the Clashgrounds. Well, that sounds awesome. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Columbus. Make sure I'm there. We got the new Portal, which works exactly the same as the Portal in set 2. It just has new art, which is cool. I'd love a foil one of those. That would be nice to pull as well. Here we go, foil Clash buff. This is the new blue Clash buff, which is very good. And then we have a Nano Disruptor, which is one of the new blue cards that allows you to basically counter a Clash buff, which is really cool. Puts it on top of the opponent's deck. Yeah, I'm going to be at Origins. I'm going to be competing in the Clashground and maybe the Awakening. I don't do so well in the Clashground. But yeah, I'll be there. I'm also a judge for the game. Okay, so we got Enlightened Focus, Blazing Hands, which is Flair's contender weapon. When you attack her, she can engage this to do 2 damage to the thing that's attacking. Got a foil Mean Streak and a regular rare Mean Streak. Oh yeah, yeah. Playtesters can't play in tier 2 and higher events. That's one of the reasons I was also asked to be a playtester, and I said no, thank you. I got an invite to the Pro Tour at Vegas, so I want to wait until after I've been able to play in at least one Pro Tour before I think about doing that. So they asked me if I wanted to help with the rules, and I said yes. And so I've been helping with the rules, but that is not precluding me from playing in higher level events, so I'm happy with that. Oh wow, the foiling on this is amazing. Radiant Fallout. It is an uncommon, and it's got Torque, and he's like all glowy. And then it has Flair, and she's cratered. I have a feeling this is a scene from the book. I'm like 3/4 of the way through the book right now, which it's really good. It's a lot better than I expected it to be, given that it's, in the world of a TCG and stuff. Yeah, you should totally take the judge test. We can always use more judges in the game, and that gives you another way of interacting with the game outside of like high level competitive events, which is always nice. So we got a Cowling. We have a Magnate Lone Fighter. This one's great. It's a 6-cost 4/4, but if it's the only Clash card you have in play, it becomes an 8/8 and it has flight. So that's always great. We have a foil Streak Shield and a Fury Surge as our rare. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to see how the game grows over the next couple sets and over the next year when we start having Pro Tours and what is it? Progenitors Gambits, which I think is like the next level up from those. Yeah, new Magnate, or I guess these work for old Magnate too, but the Magnate Contender has 2 different contender weapons in this set, which I think is really cool. And then here we have our Lin Contender. It's the new blue contender for set 3. We have a foil Embarcadero Street and a Victory Peak. This card is really, really good. It's going to be a role player in a lot of decks, I think. It's very flexible. Lets you protect things that you care about. So of the people watching, if let's start with, have you played Alpha Clash? And if not, are you looking to play Alpha Clash? Okay, I got another foil Mean Streak and a Nanite interface, which is also the one of the arts on the packs. Just zoomed in a little bit. All right, got a new death card. This one cost Flare, the new one, is pretty good. It doesn't engage to do its thing, but once per turn you can pay 2 red to draw a card and create a Nova Relic token. So it's hard for them to deal with that because they can't attack it unless they have close combat or something like Lynn's bounty counters. Ooh, we got a foil Swarm of oh, it's epic, so it's always foil. We have a Swarm of Monsters, which is a new card mainly for discarded. You have to have a discarded contender or clash card in order to activate it, but it sends anything to oblivion, which is nice. And then we have a foil Defiled Place, which I think this card is really good. It lets you trigger enters of anything on the board, so even your opponent's stuff. Yeah, I like how they've added complexity to the game over sets. They didn't start out with everything being as complex as it was going to be. They started out, without the portal, then they added the portal in set 2, and now they've added a lot more things with counters and other stuff in set 3, which I think is really cool. Here's the Radiant Fallout that's not foil, which the art is still good in it, but the foil really brings it out. Foil Chilling and a Cybernetic Armament. So that pack had 2 rares. So we have the new Green Clash buff. This one is interesting because it can't target contenders. It can only target Clash cards, but it does give them a trigger victory where if they live and the thing they're fighting dies, then they get to blow up a accessory, which is much needed in set 3 because there's a lot more accessory shenanigans. Okay, you got Chinatown, Flare Luminous Agent, foil Uncommon Flare, and the foils are hard to catch on camera, but they are so good looking. And we have a new rare Pestilence card. Yeah, for sure. A lot more strategies, and I like how the contender color isn't tied into the deck. So you can play, let's say Magnate, for instance, who's a green contender. You can play him without any green cards in the deck if you want. You can play, blue, black alphas with Magnate, and it works just fine. Maybe not from a competitive standpoint, that is yet to be proven, but from a deck building standpoint, it's very cool because there's an innumerable amount of options and combinations that you can use with each contender. Valiant Dagger, the cool weapon that's new. We got a new foil Weber. Yeah, this is cool. It's just the outline, the buildings behind and everything that's foil. He's not foil. We have a new Machina. Yep, and if you're willing to completely forego match buffs, you really don't have to have any cards of the contender's color in your deck. So we got a new Plasmax. He helps with not necessarily ramp, because he can't let you play something higher than the number of resources you have, but it lets you play more things that you can play with the resources you have, which is kind of cool. He's like a consistency card. This is one of the cool pieces of accessory interaction that's in the game now. So this, when your opponent attacks, you can pay 2, and then you take that card and you basically banish it attached to a weapon, and then when that weapon leaves play, then they get the character back, but if it never leaves play, then it's just stuck. That's really cool. Another reason for you to, have accessory hate in your deck. And then we have this foil Apex here. It's pretty cool. This is the, I think, 3rd or 4th Apex card in the game. But this one is part of a giant mural. They did a big mural with all the characters in it doing different stuff. And when you lay them all out, then you can see how they made the cards out of the giant mural, which was really cool. Oh, wait, that's foil. We'll put that over here. And then Gamma Fire, which is the other Magnate contender weapon, which is also a board clear, which is really cool. Okay, and now we'll start getting faster through these unless I see something really notable. Okay, uncommon, uncommon. Hey, we got a foil contender. So this is the new Magnate. He has a gigantic wall of text on him, but he's the first contender with 2 attack. But yeah, he can attack opposing contenders with the 2. If they have 3 or more Clash cards, he can't attack their contender, but he can still attack the Clash cards. When you target him with a non-Clash buff, he gets +1 defense until end of turn each time you do that. And then once he gets down to 15 life, then he gets a trigger victory where he draws a card. And at the start of the turn, you can either give him breakthrough or close combat. So he can, so if they're just like leaving their Clash card standing in order to keep him from being able to attack, that's a foil, we'll put it there. Then you can give him close combat and start taking those out, which is really cool. So far, each set they've released has had 7 contenders, between 5 in the main set and then 2 in the Clash kits. And all indications are that that's going to continue. So there's going to be a lot of variety and a lot of options in this game. The metas are already pretty wide from what I've seen. So lots of different heroes being used or contenders being used. Oh yeah, Sphere of Protection. This is one card that I had been waiting to see in a set. It basically makes your Clash card immune to damage for the turn. But it's a counter play, so they have to play something in order for you to be able to play it. So like if they Clash buff, then you can play Sphere of Protection and protect your guy, which is really cool. And then our rare is Frozen Tundra, which is a Clash ground. And we get the black Clash buff from this set, which can only be played if your contender is a black discarded. It's interesting that they specified black discarded, which implies that there could be other colors of discarded in the future, but they won't be able to use this Clash buff. Okay, we got another Valiant Dagger, another Burning Hands, foil Shadowlight, which is a really cool character. He switches between being all light with a black eye and all black with a light eye. And we got another Nano Disruptor as our rare. Let's see something. All right, Clash buff. Okay. Okay, we got one of the Lynn Clashgrounds. A foil tactical vest. That's pretty cool looking. The art in this game is so good. I appreciate that there's a lot of crossover. So the art that they make for the game shows up in the comics and vice versa. They have a board game coming out to GameFound. I think it's in August, but it's based in the same world, uses the same art that everything else uses. There's also novels. There's all kinds of stuff with this IP that I think is really cool, and I hope they keep it up. I know the second novel's due out, I think, in the beginning of next year. Okay, so we got a Gur. Hey, we got a foil Krung. And we have a target list as our rare. Okay. We got a Trug, who is actually really funny in the book. I just got to the part where Chowling and I'm not going to try and pronounce the other woman's name meet him, and he's quite funny. We got a Conquest Sash, a foil Sphere of Protection. Now that is a good looking card. If I can show the parts that are foil there. And then we have a Whistler as the rare. So Whistler is the weapon for the character there that he doesn't have any superpowers, but he's an archer and he's just trying to help. And he's quite funny in the book as well. Get more. There we go. Zhao Li, that's the woman who is with Chowling when they find Trug. Oh, there we go. Supernova. Ooh, and a foil Victory Peak. That's a good pack. We got an epic and a foil rare. I know a lot of people are trying to break Supernova. Does a lot of damage or clears the board. Avenging Guy. That's his name. Completely forgot his name for a second. But Avenging Guy is the guy with the arrow. All right. Magnate's Gamma Vice. Good card. Foil Totem of the War Chief. And a Cybernetic Armaments is our rare. We have 2 packs left in this first box. I also have I have 10 boxes of set 1 and 4 boxes of set 2 over there that I may crack into. Okay, we got another Sphere of Protection, a Radiant Fallout, a foil Speeding Up, and a Defiled Place is our rare. Yeah, I hope if you're going to Origins, I hope you guys show up at the booth and check it out, because this game is really good. They'll be doing demos, and there'll be a bunch of events, including events where you just use the starter decks and stuff like that. Got another Conquest Sash. There we go. This is our IR for the box, which is great because it was in the last pack. So there's 1 IR per box. This is the Magnate one. Have a golden signature from the artist, and they're like more full art, and they have an alternate art from what the normal card has in it. And then Streakstorm was our rare. Okay, so we got a Clarity Spear as our first box topper. Let's see what this one does. See if we get a Shugaboo as well. Man, the first draft set for this game, speaking of, there she is now. First draft set for this game was really good. I love the way that they had boxed it up and the way that they made the boxes. So here's the box topper for the second box. It's Shugaboo, Trusted Companion. Shugaboo is the streak-looking thing on the card. It's part of Mean Streak, but Haven befriended it in the book, which I guess is a little bit of spoilers, but there's been a couple Shugaboo and Haven cards, so I don't think it's too big of a spoiler. All right. Menacing Presence, Assault Rifle, a foil Diabolical Plan. That's really cool. His eyes, which are green, are actually foiled where the rest of his face is not. It's really hard to see on camera, but that's really cool. And then we have a War Cry as a rare. Okay. Another Sphere of Protection, Speeding Up, a foil Evil Expedition, which again, green foil eyes for Magnate there. And then a Zhao Li. I'm going to move this pile of cards up and start a new one. Yeah, I practiced a lot leading up into the Vegas Clash Ground. We played like twice a week for 4 hours at a shot for the month leading up to the Clash Ground. All right. So we have another Trug, the drop one this time. Enlightened Focus. A foil, well, it's an epic, so it's always foil. Lava Blitz. This card is another card that a lot of people are trying to make good use of. And then we have a foil Gamma Fire, which is really cool. That is not as foily as I expected it to be. So just the background buildings and stuff foil. Okay, 1-drop Trug, Lin, foil Gur, and a Frozen Tundra. We're going to start cooking through a lot of these packs now. Contender, Uncommon Flare, Aerial Ambush, another Swarm of Monsters, and a foil Nano Disruptor. Okay, we got a Gur, another Blazing Hands, a foil Trug, and an Undiscovered Passageway is our rare. Yeah, I've also been practicing a lot for the Columbus Clashground. With the new set dropping and the rules changes, I think that what we see show up at the Clashground in Columbus is going to be totally different than what anybody's expecting. Menacing Presence, Mean Streak, foil firing on all cylinders, and a Flare rare. Chinatown, Apex. There's a foil Avenging guy with his foil Whistler there in the middle. And then we have a Crimson Scales is our rare. Okay. Magnate. Quick Draw. I think this card is great. There's a lot of cool interactions in the game with this card that I think a lot of people haven't explored yet. You got a foil Burning Fortitude, which you get another foil Green-Eyed Magnate there. And we have a Dynasty Blade as our rare, which is Chao Ling's contender weapon. Okay, burn through these. Okay, we got Times Square, and I'm Unstoppable, a foil Rizlak, foil rare. Oh, that's cool. He has a foil Green Eyes too. And then we have a Mean Streak as our rare. One thing I've noticed also is the foils in this game don't tend to Pringle as much as ones in other games that I've played. We got a Plague Forge Scrap, an Assault Rifle, a foil Moxie with all her missiles, and Shadowforged Talisman for the rare. That card I think is going to be a pretty decent role player if people aren't expecting it or don't have accessory hate in their deck. When it comes into play, discarded, get +1 attack for that turn, and also players can't play Clash cards, or Clash buffs, sorry. Can't play Clash buffs while it's in play. Okay, we got a Chao Ling, Times Square, foil Blazing Kagan, and then Magnate Full of Rage is our rare. Man, this card, the art is so good. So he is a 4-cost 4/3 that if your contender has a contender weapon, he can fly. All right. Okay. Mean Streak uncommon, Remote Cave uncommon, Daunting Revelation as our foil, which is a common, and then Machina Master of Metal is the rare. This card, I think, is good, but I think that it doesn't quite have the support that it needs yet. I think in a few sets, when we see more Harbingers and more discarded, I think that card's going to get really good really fast. It's a lot like Collected Company, but you can only play it in response to your opponent playing a card. But when you do, you get to search or reveal the top 5 cards of your deck. Yeah, 5 cards of your deck, and you can put 1 Harbinger and 1 discarded that costs 3 or less each directly into play. If the portal's open, they come in ready. If it's not, they come in engaged. Embarcadero Street, Moxie, Foil Valiant Dagger, and an Rallying War Club. Yeah, I think that that card is going to be really good once there's a few more 3 and less, specifically 3 cost, because you want to maximize with dropping 3s with it. But if there's like 2s or 1s that have really good inner effects, then maybe that makes up for it. We get a foil Clash buff. That's always cool. And then our rare is War. I'm going to a local store here tomorrow to play Draft for Unrivaled, which should be fun. Okay, we got Moxie. We have a 1-drop Magnate. Oh, there we go. There's our IR for the box. It's the Lin IR with the signature right there. That is a beautiful card. And then Morak is our rare. Here, I'm going to do that. And let's do this. We'll lay these out so they're on camera. Okay, over here. All right. Conquest, Torque. This is also one of the cards in the big mural art. We have a 3-cost foil Magnate, common, and then a nanite interface. Magnate, Metal Manipulation, foil Defiling Interference, and then Chowling. We've got like, I think 5 packs left in box 2. Flare, Machina, another Supernova, that's number 2, and then a foil Magnate full of Rage. That is, and he's got his classic green foiled eyes, but he also has foil energy beams coming out of him. One thing that I wish is that the packs were just a tad easier to open. All right, Flare, Conquest Sash, foil Assault Rifle, and a Nano Disruptor. And currently I have decks built for, I think, 3 or 4 different contenders. Trying to figure out what I want to play for Columbus. It is not easy. We got a Valiant Dagger, another Quick Draw. Hey, got a second Lord Krung, and a foil rare Pestilence. Okay, we got Magnate, Trug 1-drop, foil Gamma Veil. That's cool. And then foil or non-foil rare Conquest is our rare. Trug, Lynn, foil Remote Cave, and a Streak Storm for our rare. And then we have our last pack in this box. Okay, we got a Pestilence, Sonoro, foil 1-drop Trug, and a Defiled Place is our last pack rare. And we're off into box 3. Would anybody that's watching be interested in me cracking set 1 and set 2 boxes after this? Or are you just here for the new stuff? Okay, we got another Clarity's Dagger, or Clarity's Spear is our box topper. It's hard to open these in such a way that it doesn't reveal the rare card or the foil card. Okay, we'll move those up. Okay, we got a Trug, a Lynn's Battlescape, a Dreadful Decimation as our epic, and a foil Conquest. Pretty cool. So Dreadful Decimation is interesting because it starts off at 6 cost and gets reduced by how many Pestilence cards you have. Just for each Harbinger card in your Oblivion. That's even more interesting. So you could play it without any Pestilence cards at all. Okay, we got a Speeding Up, a Lynn, foil Cyber Optics. That's a cool looking foil. And then a Frozen Tundra. Menacing Presence, another Apex. There we go. Look at that. It is the legendary. It's the one I already have, but now I can trade for the other one potentially. Classic Magnate green foil dies. And then we have another Magnate full of rage. I will not complain about a legendary hit. Metal Manipulation, Plague Forge Scrap, foil, oh, because it's an epic, GN of the East. And then we have a foil Flare rare. Okay, we have Sonoro, another Plague Forge Scrap. Hey, another 1-drop Lynn, and a foil Machina. That's a hit, so we'll just put that there. Not an IR, but still good. And I like that they have all these cards in different treatments, so you can kind of pick the one you want. Although I know there's a local guy who only wants to play with non-foils, and so the fact that all the epics only come in foil, at least until the draft box shows up, and then you get non-foil versions of those cards, bothers him a little bit. Sphere of Protection, Flare, Luminous Agent, a foil Menacing Presence, and an Undiscovered Passageway. Yeah, so all the epics in this set are foil. Can't get them in non-foil. Okay, we got Radiant Fallout, an Assault Rifle, Mark of the Hunted foil, and Nanite Interface. I don't know what that was. Assault Rifle, Quick Draw, 2-drop Pestilence, foil, and then 4-drop Pestilence, non-foil. Metal Manipulation, Embarcadero Street. Ooh, 1-drop Foil Flare. And then a Shadowforged Talisman. But let's look at this foil for a sec. Oh, there you go. That's the part that's foiled is the dark part, and the part that's not foiled is the light part. That's cool. Yeah, the new online league starts up June 4th in the Tavern Brawlers Discord. I will be playing that. It should be 2 streams a week out of that. Blazing Hands, 2-drop Pestilence, foil Assault Rifle, Valley. Okay. Blazing Hands, 2-drop Pestilence, foil 3-drop Torque, common. Cool. And then 3-drop Flare. So they just completed the Kickstarter for the new comic book, which is based around Torque, and has some game promos and stuff for the game. I believe Kickstarter finished. They went into Game Found, I think, and then that just closed the other day. We have Gur, Moxie Enraged, Streak Shield Foil, and Target List. So I backed the Kickstarter. I got a playmat, I got some promos, and I got the comic book. Okay, we got Magnate's Gamma Vice, Remote Cave, Foil Moxie Enraged, and then Gamma Fire. Oop, grab 2 packs. Mean Streak, Breaking Point Flare, Foil Trug. All the background characters in it are foiled. And then another 6-drop War. So we're on 3rd box. We haven't opened the IR yet for this box, so we're still looking for that. Okay, we have Sonoro, Gur, foil 1-drop Trug, and another Crimson Scales. That's our 3rd. It looks like 4 boxes get you pretty close to a playset of a lot of the rares. Flare, Lin, Foil War, and Machina. I think it's closer to like 8 to 10 boxes to get playsets of the epics. So we got a Flare, Conquest, a foil Quick Draw, that's pretty cool looking, and a Fury Surge. So the Clashground in Columbus is going to have Pro Tour invites as well, and as Worlds invites. Let's see. Message from Sigi. Do you think Lin is going to be the main deck to beat? In my testing, I'm going to say no. I think that there's not really going to be one main deck to beat. It's going to be like Lin beats Krung, I think. Krung beats other stuff. Other stuff beats Krung and or Lin. I think that's kind of how it's going to roll out. Okay, we got a foil Zhao Li and another war. I do think Lin is good. I think people haven't found her optimal build yet, still. I'm currently not on Lin for Ohio. We got a Trug, we got a Flare, we got a foil Clash buff. That is cool. Let's see if we can do the... Nope, that one doesn't want to... Oh, that's kind of... Yeah, you can kind of see there. So the emblem on her chest and her shoulders and the fire coming out of her mouth is all foil. It's really cool. I think people are going to see the event that came out of the Philippines, the one where Krung won, and start there. It's kind of like this one, that event, so this should be where we start for testing. We got Machina, we got Conquest Sash, Foil Mean Streak, and a Warcry. Second Warcry. I do think in a couple sets, it's going to get so... There's going to be so many contenders that all have viable decks that it's going to be hard to test against everything prior to big events. So I think the fields are going to be a lot more open than in other card games just because of it being so hard to test, and there's going to be stuff that sneaks in people haven't been looking at, kind of like the Mean Streak deck that showed up at Vegas and got top 8. I had a deck that was probably halfway there at one point, but I was still using blue, and he had completely removed the blue out of his, which I think was a good play. Okay, we got 4-drop Flare Foil Common and another Warcry. And then we had somebody at our locals on Wednesday who took that same Mean Streak deck, took Mean Streak out, took the Clash buffs out, put War as the contender, and just didn't run a Clash buff and ran some other cards instead of the 4 Clash buffs, and he won the event. So Torque, Valiant, we got a foil Plasmax. That's cool looking. Kind of like Ghost Rider. And we have a Morak. Uh-oh, where's my IR? Okay. I'm Unstoppable. Times Square. Nice. Chao Ling's epic. I like this art better than his IR, actually. And we have a foil Frozen Tundra. Okay, and then we have one last pack. This one should have an IR in it. Mean Streak. Machina. There we go. And a Crimson Scales. So far we've opened 3 Lins, 2 of them being IRs. Pretty good. Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to try and play Lin, and like in my testing last night, you're going to need to have access to board wipes or other stuff like that, because otherwise the Lins start cycling themselves. Oh, we got a 3rd Clarity Spear. Oop, there we go. So 4 boxes, we got 3 spears and a Shugaboo. Put those on camera. Move these commons. Commons and uncommons. Yeah, so if you're not ready for Lin, if you can't kill multiples on board without trading and stuff like that, I think, or maybe with trading, because if you play a 2/2, attack into theirs and kill it on your turn, then you don't have to worry about um, reanimation. Okay, we got a Chinatown, Radiant Fallout, Gian, first epic in this box, and then a foil nanite interface. That's really cool art. I haven't even looked at building a deck with all the clarity gain life stuff. Normally gain life is not good, but if it's attached to clash cards, maybe it's okay. Magnate Flare, uncommon rare, or uncommon foil flare, and then a Dynasty Blade is our rare. So that's our second Dynasty Blade. Okay, another Machina, Pestilence, Foil Flare, uncommon, and War Cry. That is our fourth War Cry, I think. So yeah, I think 4 boxes get you pretty close to a playset of common, uncommon, and rare. Remote Cave, 6-drop Flare, the 5-drop Epic Magnate, and a foil Dynasty Blade. Okay. Gur, 3-drop Flare. There we go. I now have both of the legendaries out of the set. And I like that the legendaries are always unrivaled for the most part, I think, in all the sets so far, which means you can only have one of them in your deck anyway, so you don't need to try and chase a playset. But yeah, that is a good looking card. And we have a Whistler for our rare. I'd really like to hit the AR Magnate, but I'm not going to complain about what I have hit. And I still have 12 more boxes to open coming this week. Mean Streak, Sonoro, Foil Torque, Conquest. Plague Forge Scrap, Conquest, Warfoil, Defiled Place. I think people are going to get blown out by Defiled Place against like Kagans and stuff like that. All right, Blazing Hands, Sonoro, Foil I'm Unstoppable, and a Victory Peak. I just noticed that Victory Peak says Clash cards get trigger victory, your contender gains 1 health. So if your opponent plays Victory Peak, your Clash cards also have that trigger. It's interesting. All right. Speeding up, Plague Force Scrap, Foil Gamma Vice, and Mean Streak Rare. So yeah, something to keep aware of. Your opponent's stuff also gets the trigger. Okay, we got a Gur, Embarcadero Street, foil, another foil Radiant Fallout, and a target list. Okay, we got a Chao Ling, Conquest Sash, another Dreadful Decimation, and a foil Mean Streak rare. Is that the one where they discard their hand? Yeah. So that card's interesting because with that and Lava Burst and a few others, you could potentially mill people out, which is interesting. Okay, quick draw, 3-drop Lin, speeding up foil, and Nanite interface. Pull anything yet? I mean, look right here. Some pretty decent pulls. We got 2 Lin IRs, 1 non-IR Lin, 1 IR Magnate, Magnate Legendary, Flare Legendary. No, this is 4th box. Yeah. I've opened 4 boxes. I have 12 more on the way, but they're not here yet, so I can't open them tonight. Remote Cave. I'm Unstoppable. Hey, second Chowling. And then a foil Trug. So yeah, other epics I've got. So Chowling, Dreadful, Dynasty Blade, 5-drop Magnate. Would help to have it on camera. Xian of the East. Here's another Huntsman. Another Xian. Decimation. Krung. 2 Supernovas. 2 Swarms. Another Krung. And we're about halfway through the 4th box. Okay, Valiant Dagger, Times Square, Uncommon Flare, and Rare Zhao Li. All right, we got a Flare, another foil Magnate Contender, and a Chao Ling. Okay, we got a Battlescape, Gamma Vice, foil Spoils of War, and another Magnate Full of Rage. Yeah, for sure. I'm sure he is going to win all the Krungs. I'm sure I'll have a lot more Krungs when I get my other boxes too. We got a Trug, we got a Moxie, a foil Barbed Countermeasures. I don't even think I've seen this card before. Oh, interesting. And then a Pestilence rare. Okay, we got a Speeding Up, 5-drop Mean Streak, foil Lin Contender. Hard to see the foiling, but it's good. And then another Morak. I think that's my 3rd Morak. Either 3rd or 4th. I'll make sure to pull out all my extra rares and higher if I have more than 4 of them and bring them to locals on Wednesday. Metal Manipulation, Apex, foil Kinetic Blast. That's pretty cool. And then another Gamma Fire. Okay, we got a Magnate, 2-drop Torque, foil Flare Contender, and a Rizlak. Still looking for our last IR in this box. Okay, Enlightened Focus, 2-drop Lin, Swarm Tactics foil. That's pretty cool. And Whistler. Okay, we got a Trug, Menacing Presence, Foil Dynasty Blade. That's pretty cool. Put that down here. And then a Trug is our rare. I haven't gotten a single suit up out of 4 boxes. I just noticed that. Suit up is a epic, right? Sphere of Protection, Flaming Hands, Foil Krung, and Victory Peak. You have 3 suit ups? Nice. Okay, we got an Ancient Power, Assault Rifle. There's our IR. So we got 2 Magnate IRs, and then we have a Shadowforged Talisman. 2 Magnate IRs and 2 Lin IRs out of 4 boxes. And then 1 regular Lin non-IR. And of course the 2 legendaries. So I would say pretty good for 4 boxes. How does the card feel quality compared to the other sets or what you saw at the premiere? I think compared to the premiere, I think it's pretty much the same. I mean, I don't feel anything bad about these cards. They're a little glossy, but I think all the Alpha Clash cards are more glossy. Yeah, I don't think they're... I know you guys were talking before about them being like not springing back from being bendy, and I think that's still the case. They don't really spring back very well when you bend them, like some other cards do. Let's see. Let's go over... let's see. That one's a foil rare, so we'll put that there. But let's go move this to the side. Green, white, green, white epic, white epic, white epic, green, black, red. Here, let's do this. Red, black, red, black, black, red. Okay, so 4 boxes. We have... These 2 are not epic, so we'll just move those over. They're just cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 epics out of 4 boxes is like 3.5 to 4 per box. Or no, 15 because of this Lin as well. Yeah, so almost 4. It's like 3.8 epics per box. And then, of course, 1 IR per box. And then, so far, 1 legendary every 2 boxes, but I don't think that's right. Probably more like 1 per 4 boxes. But we'll find out when I open more boxes on someday later this week. Ariel says, cool, just asking if there was a noticeable difference between boxes versus the smaller Premier pre-release boxes or older sets. Sounds like it's about the same. Yeah, I think it's about the same. Like I pulled one of these Magnate Legendaries out of the pre-release kit and seems exactly the same as the one that I pulled before, so. Color distribution in the epics is pretty spot on. I'm a little short on blues and a little high on black and white, but yeah, if the one of each of these were blue, then it would be perfect. 3 of each color. Yeah, so it's awesome. I can't wait to start deck building in real life with some of these, so that we can start playing the new set on our locals on Wednesday. But I feel like I do need some more boxes to get all the cards I need. Yeah, I only have 3 of the Magnate, 5 drops, but 2 of them are IRs. All right, so what do you guys think? Should I open a couple first and second set boxes? Or should I wait and do it later? Christina says open it all. All right. Let's see. Always be cracking. It makes sense to me. Not. I don't know if I'll crack all of it. Let's do like 1 box of set 1, 1 box of set 2, and then see what the time's like. All right. I'm going to move this up. All right, I will be right back. They're just right over there. All right. Let's start with set 1. I still have not opened any ARs from either any of the sets, so of course set 1 had the Magnate the Tyrant as the box topper. Oof, here we go. This card I think is underrated and gets way better in set 3. Just because the trigger enter kills accessories. So you get a body, a 5/3 flyer that is able to kill an accessory for free when it comes into play. That's good rate for 5 resources. All right, here we are. Okay, common up there. All right, we got a Haven, 1-drop Haven, foil Streaks Assemble, and then our rare is Moxie, Prime to Clash. I would like to open more foils of the set 1 Haven. And also Moxie, so the 1-drop Moxie as well. I think this Chowling gets way better in set 3 as well. Where are we at? Flare, Gotcha, Streaks, Morak. It's weird that the pull tab's on the opposite side in set 1 packs. Okay. Lefties, Lynn, which is a great card. Foil Surprise, which I don't think I've ever seen played. And then New York, which of course is great. Is this who you are? Lefty. foil 0-cost Clash buff, which looks cool, but is now banned. And then light power armor. Okay, Energy Blast, Energy Shield, foil Sinister Assistance. Now that's a good card. And then Warcry. Although a lot more people are going to be playing Harbingers in this meta, but I still think Sinister Assistance is great. A lot of the Harbingers are like higher cost for the good ones. Same with discarded because you cheat them out. And so I think Sinister is not as great against them, but it's still pretty good. Energy Absorption. Foil Sharpshooter Moxie, or as the locals call it, Sharpshooter Movie. And then Torque Expelling Energy is the rare. Hey Fry, hits. So 4 boxes of Unrivaled. We got Legendary Magnate, Legendary Flare. Let's see, we're epics. We got a couple Supernovas, couple Xians, Chowling, 5-drop, 2 Lord Krung, 2 Swarm of Monsters. We got 2 IR Lins, 2 IR Magnates, and 1 regular Lin. Those were the hits from the 4 Unrivaled boxes I opened. Now I'm opening set 1. But yeah, I can't really complain about 2 legendaries in 4 boxes. Okay, Clairvoyance, Clarity, foil 1-drop Shadowlight, and then 5-drop Torque. Always happy to do the call out. Oop. I want to keep my uncommons separated for set 1. All right. Energy Blast, Better Luck Next Time, foil Shadowlight Light Beam, and 3-drop Sonoro. Okay, we got T-Bone, we got Torque, we got a foil Energy Blast, and we have a foil Plasmax. That's a cool looking foil too. Yeah, I'd appreciate it if any of you who are watching aren't following, if you hit the follow button on Twitch. It always helps, and then it lets you know when I stream stuff, which I'll be streaming quite a bit of Alpha Clash here coming up. Clairvoyance, Clarity, ooh, foil Main Street Contender. I don't think I've seen the set 1 regular foil Contender. That's really good looking. And then a Solar Smash. I didn't realize Solar Smash was a rare until I went trying to look for it to fill out a deck that I was building. I couldn't find 4 of them. United Nation, Warcry, Foil Magnate Plan, Warcry. T-Bone, Torque. Ooh, foil 1-drop Magnate. I like that. That's a playable card. And then 3-drop Mean Streak. Man, I do not like the pull tab being on the wrong side on these. All right, we got a Weber. Better Luck Next Time. Foil 1-drop Mean Streak. and then Apex. Okay. Haven 2-drop, Haven 1-drop, foil T-Bone, foil 4-drop Torque. Nice. Energy Blast, Energy Shield. Those two together and 2-drop Haven, 1-drop Haven together seem pretty common. Oh, nice. Foil 5-drop Sonoro, which is the good one. All right. 5-drop Flare. Gotcha. Ooh, another foil 4-cost T-Bone. And a foil 3-cost Sonoro. I wish it was easier to open these packs. Kind of makes me miss the foil or paper fab packs. Is this who you are? Lefty on the way. Foil 2-drop Torque. Foil 4-drop Torque. That one has good art in foil. Piercing Strike. San Francisco. Foil Haven. Oh, it's only foil in this one. This one's an epic. So there's our first epic out of the box. And then a Plasmax. Okay, Moxie. Alpha Hunting Specialist. Hey, 6-drop Flare. This is a pretty good box. And then in New York. That's 2 New Yorks in this box. Menacing Magnate. Metal Barrage. Here's our first IR, Mean Streak. And then foil Moxie. Yeah, for sure. Nice flare. I mean, this is 2 of the highest cost epics in the first set, I think. Lynn, Machina, foil Moxie Light Power Armor, foil New York City. Pretty good. Metal Barrage, Missile Barrage, 6-drop Clarity, and then Light Power Armor. So we should have one more IR. I think there's 2 in the first set, and then every set after that has been 1. Yep. Missile Barrage, Moxie IR, and then foil Light Power Armor. I guess I should put this one here because it's not technically. Okay. Mean Streak, Menacing Magnate, and Torque. Wow, this box was great. Yeah, this box was great. We got a Torque, 6-drop Clarity, 6-drop Flare, 2-drop Haven, and then, let's see, foil New York, foil 5-drop Sonoro, 1-drop Magnate, Plasmax, Sinister Assistance. Yeah, this box is really, really good. Okay. All right, let's open a Clashgrounds box. Now this box is one of the ones that I won in Vegas at the Clashground. And the box topper in set 2 is always the Warthog, which I didn't have respect for until I got destroyed by it in draft. Okay, we got Piercing Darkness, Time to Go, which I think this card doesn't get as much respect as it should. And I think people might start playing it. And then, of course, first pack, you get the one of the best epics in the set. And then Kagan Blazing. Okay. 2-drop Pestilence, Dark Domain, foil 2-drop Death, and foil Apex. Sticky Fingers, Abatement. Why not just another Pestilence and then Bone Armor? Wait, that's foil. This is okay. Man, the pull tabs on these packs are not very good either. They're on the correct side, but they're like hard to get into. Okay, we got a Warhorn, Hidden Pathway, IR 4-drop Pestilence, and then foil Pocket Gateway. Raging Plasmax, Alternative Strike, foil Accumulation, and 3-drop Pesty. Sideswipe, Conquest 3-drop, foil Death, and Kilimanjaro. I actually needed more of this art of Pestilence. I didn't have 4 of that art. I have the draft box art. Okay, 4-drop Sonoro. Like a good challenge. Foil Shadowlight. And Death Relentless, which is a great card. Okay, Streak Blockade, Death, foil Disorientation, and 5-drop Death, which is great. Great card. That card's good if you're playing black, even if you're not playing any other death stuff. It just murders something. Okay, Enter from Beyond, Alternative Strike, 6-drop Conquest. It's our first epic. Or no, that's our third epic. And then Warcry. Grasp of War, the Moon. Why not just another 4-drop Pesty and a War Zone? This box is like, I heard you like Pestilence. Crisis Averted, Haven Stocking Up, Foil Contender, and Impenetrable Armor. Okay, 2-drop Death, War Controlling Minds, which I think is a great sideboard card, foil 1-drop Haven, and then 4-drop Flare. War, Crisis Averted, Somewhere in San Francisco. This is a card that Set 3 Magnate likes to run. And then This Is My World. Yeah, dog, I heard you like Pestilence. That's right. Supersonic Disruptor, International Space Station. Hey! It's not the AR, but I can't complain about another legendary. Three legendaries so far in 6 boxes today. I will take it. Fight Another Day, Death, Haven Improvising, Foil, and then Pocket Dimension. I do have the luck today. Makes me want to open more boxes, but I don't want to until after the draft tomorrow. I want to hit that luck opening Unrivaled packs. Come on. Okay, Shadowlight, War, Foil Lucky Charm, and Hunker Down. Age of the Alphas, Mend, Foil Death. I think I need one more of these too, so that's great. Foil 3-drop Death, the Relentless one. What am I hoping to open more of for tomorrow? I'm hoping to open the Alpha Rare. That's what I want. I want the Alpha Rare from set 3. But barring that, I wouldn't mind a 4th Lin. Although I'm going to get more boxes, so. Okay, we got a Foil Decimation. Yeah, that art's pretty cool too. And 4-drop Conquest. I like that Conquest a lot. Don't we all? Okay, Torque, Shadowlight, Foil Confiscate, and then Foil Haven, Now You See Me. Yeah, I would have said like the legendary Flare, but I just opened her, so don't need a second one of those. Haven Stocking Up, Confiscate, Foil Shifting Priorities, and the Wastelands. I didn't pull a set of them. I pulled 2 IR Lins and 1 non-IR Lin, so that's only 3. The Moon, Collateral Damage, foil Warhorn, and Convergence. We have 2 more packs. And then I've got to go, I think, because I need to still build Warlord decks for tomorrow. So if you're in Vegas and you're interested in learning what Warlord is before the Kickstarter closes, I will be at My Four Sons at noon tomorrow to do demos of Warlord before the draft. Disorientation, Warhorn, foil Dauntless, foil Deliverance. It's a nice looking card. 75% of the way there. Unless I want all the same art, then I'm only 50% of the way there, potentially. All right, Clarity, Grasp of War, foil Dark Domain, and just a regular Deliverance. Yeah, 1 IR in set 2 and set 3, 2 in set 1, but 4 epics. Got 2 4-drop Pestilence, 2 1-drop Pestilence, the Conquest, and the Legendary. So yeah, I'm happy with these 2 boxes. So when I get the other 12 Unrivaled boxes in, we'll do another box opening where I'll open probably all of them in one shot. So it'll go fast, hopefully. But yeah, I think I'm done for tonight. So again, I want to thank everybody who hung out, talking in chat, watching. If you aren't following my channel, please do so that you know when I'm doing this stuff. I also will be streaming Tabletop Sim League Alpha Clash matches before and after Columbus. So it should be like twice a week. Might end up streaming some other stuff too, but those are the main things that I'm looking to stream right now. But yeah, I want to thank everybody for watching, and we'll see you next time.